you ever been listening to a story and it gets to a really intense part of the story and you want to know what happens next? What is this character going to do? How will this situation unfold? What is going to happen? If you're watching a TV series, you have to wait for the next episode. Or if you're listening to the radio a very long time ago, listening to one of the serial programs, you have to wait until next week. What makes books different and stories different in general in a written format is that you don't have that suspense. You can flip the page whenever you want. We've decided to try to find a way to tell storytelling in a way that's innovative, in a way that's unique, and in a way that suspense is naturally built into the storytelling process. And that's how we came up with Time Journey. So if you guys would like to try the app on your phone, you can go ahead and do that now. You can go ahead and see what we've put there. Basically, what we've put is a selection of diaries, expedition logs, anything that can be and should be broken down into a time box for that event. So if you were to, for example, to think of Bridget Jones' diary, everything that she has written, she has a date, she has a time, and there's a feeling around the things that are happening. So one of Bridget Jones' first entries in her diary is she's talking about that after Christmas glut feeling and the heaviness that she feels from the holidays. What better way to experience that than to read that diary entry around the same day? What would you be experiencing at that time? Maybe you've also been a little bit overindulgent on the holidays. Maybe you're feeling a lot more empathetic to her situation than you might normally be. Telling stories in this way, aligning the times and days of these different narratives with the real time in the year changes the perception of the story. It changes your mood, it changes your feeling. When you're reading in a diary about a cold day and you're walking around in December, you feel the cold. If you're reading it on a beach, you don't get that same effect. And that's one of the reasons we decided to go with this app. So the user personas that we created are the casual reader, the person that doesn't necessarily want to carry books around in their bag, but wants to do something better, more interesting with their time than scrolling through Twitter feeds mindlessly. It's also for writers. It's for the creative people that would like to get their stories into the world in a new way and be able to share their stories in real time with the readers around the world. And that takes us to the code part, which I will hand over to Joe.
So we are using the Telespan API to deliver text messages, basically scheduled text messages. We're using a Node.js app hosted on Heroku. For the Telespan API, we're using a tool called SM Simple, which you'll hear about later, which is built on top of Steve's Simwood API node module, which is also using some of Rob's code as well. We're keeping subscribers and that kind of data stored in Postgres. So it's a pretty simple Node Express app. Yeah. There you go.
Anybody got any questions for the time team?
I just went on the website and I noticed a whole bunch of stories, and then there was a phone number that I could go to. I'm not sure, do I text it or do I ring it?
It may be that things are rendering weirdly based on browsers because you didn't retest that already.
I'm on Mac, sorry. Sorry, Firefox.
So if we, on a mobile, if you tap something or if you mouse over it, this is actually an input, so you can type in your own phone number. And then you hit go, and then it'll start sending you text. So Happy's diary will send you one a day, every day, with his diary entry from that day in 1966, or no, 1666, whatever it was. And then with the Trump campaign, election campaign, these are specific dates that whole events that happened on that day a few years ago, and then yeah, we've got like Easter. So if you want to get stuff like this is when this is happening, read the Easter story, or Columbus Discovery of America, or baking recipes, where you get a baking recipe every day. So there's a bit of a range of stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Fantastic. Good to see something so well developed. Really nice you are on it.
Oh, it's on GitHub. So it's somewhere up there.
Brilliant. Thank you.